For this week's Local Business Spotlight, we sit down with a business owner with a commitment to his community. Why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself and what you've accomplished over the last 10 years?
Oh, well, thank you. Hello, my name's Andrew Walker. I'm the founder and CEO of Walker Property Investments, LLC. I founded this company after a successful career in property development with D.R. Horton. This was following my graduation at UCF, and I had about 5 years experience in home renovation prior to my education. My life, personal purpose, my educational journey, and my time with one of the largest real estate developers in the nation gave me the necessary tools to branch off and create my own property development firm. The culmination of those efforts is the success of WPI LLC.
Fantastic. You mentioned your personal purpose. Could you tell us more about that?
Well, yes, my personal purpose was something that I concocted as an assignment in school, actually. A mandatory class for my transfer from Valencia to UCF was a new student experience course. And in this class, one of the assignments was to come up with a personal purpose statement, outlining what it was that I wanted to do in life. And then I would incorporate that into my own personal interests, gifts, and values. And I felt that my personal purpose was, in essence, to create affordable housing for all members of the community. I felt like my strength and strategy, per our Clifton Strengths Assessment, this was another tool used in the class, lent itself to my ideas of grandeur that I had for the company. Figuring out how to structure my business, how to manage a growing client list, they all played into my ability to strategize and compete. And I strived to be the best because I wanted to be. I figured out and strategized the right path to get there. And business expansion was always my goal. My interest in investigation helped me to research the best projects for my company. While my enterprising nature showed itself as my company grew, finally, this purpose touched on my high value and independence. I wanted to see homeownership for all.
Well, that is a very ambitious goal. So you had this purpose and you knew what you wanted. How did you get there? You mentioned your education. Perhaps you could expand on that.
I came back to school rather late, actually. I chose to continue my education the summer of my 30th birthday. And I had some medical complications in my early 20s, and that prevented me from finishing college. So when that had died down, I wanted to hit the ground running. And when I enrolled in the summer of 22 at Valencia College, I sought to finish the credits I had started at Orange Coast College back in California. I had then obtained my AA from Valencia in the spring of 2024 and subsequently transferred to UCF in the fall of that same year. My years at UCF expanded my knowledge of what I had thought I had already known. Learning business analytics, strategy, and problem solving gave me the firsthand experience on how to run and raise a business. In school, I pursued an internship with D.R. Horton, and this was for my first and second summer while I was at UCF. And with this, I learned the basics of large-scale property development. In school, however, I did take a step back from my work as a private subcontractor and focused more on my studies. Between tuition and my wife and I's housing, education cost for UCF was about $26,236, not that I was ever counting. To afford this, I took advantage of the Pell Grant, FAFSA, and I was fortunate enough to gain some financial help from my family after I obtained my bachelor degree from UCF in 2026. I was able to obtain employment with D.R. Horton, where I stayed for 5 years.
What was your time like at D.R. Horton? How did that prepare you to go off on your own?
Well, with my previous experience in construction combined with my bachelor's degree from UCF, I was able to obtain a position in land development project management. In this position, I learned the necessary civic channels to go about developing a plot of land. I worked with civil engineers, utility companies, city councils, really facilitated the application of construction teams for all these various projects while I was in constant contact with whatever entity had jurisdiction over the land of the project that I was on. From there, I was able to build a contact list for reliable guys on site, and I was able to build a team with them. From there, found a way to get my finger on the pulse of land acquisitions through my work at D.R. Horton, and with that, I learned how to actually go about developing unused land, which my hands-on experience in construction, coupled with this time in the office, helped me focus my company's direction so that it might grow in the best way possible. Once I made the decision to leave D.R. Horton, I took a few of my trusted guys with me and set forth looking for my own development contracts.
Well, it must be nice to see your hard work paying off. How is Walker Property Investments doing?
We're still young. But 2 years in, my team has expanded to over 35 employees, and we're currently booked with projects until 2035. We have extensive charity work with our charity group, Walk Towards Home, and we've built over 50 homes for low-income families. The future is bright. I hope one day we'll be able to expand into more markets and help bring home a little closer for families across America.
Angie Walker, thanks for chatting with us today.
Thanks for having me.